After all the hype, it's finally time for football. It's Super Bowl Sunday, and off we go on EA Sports. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. First and 10. On the ground for the first time. Here comes Jonathan Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down. He'll take this up to the 38-yard line.
And I think this is something we're going to see a lot here tonight. The ability to use this run game to really set the tone coming out here for this offense.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. Pass right side to down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Richardson will give it to Taylor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
On second down, Richardson. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. It's a big-time play to secure that one. The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
A second down throw for Richardson. He'll take a deep shot for down. And this will be incomplete.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
They put a receiver in motion to the left. From the gun, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this will stay a scoreless game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory. But you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
He'll get this out to the left flat. He is in. Touchdown, Detroit.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and end result is still a touchdown.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Throwing is Richardson. It's to the left side and taken in by Down. And they're going to mark him down up past the 35.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against a perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They go right back to Taylor. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Downs goes in motion. From the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. That's complete. Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
The Colts about set to punt. Just what the punter's hoping to do. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Going up top. He's got it! And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
As that play unfolded, Mike, I thought he was going to have a chance to find the end zone for the 2nd time here today. And I'll be honest, if I'm the play caller, at the end of this drive, I might give him one more shot at the end zone But either way, they got to be thinking coming away here with 6.
Now, faking the give. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So 3rd down, forthcoming. Throwing now from the gun. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Michael McFadden. He's going to go out of bounds, but a very nice return up past the 35-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Richardson. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. And the Lions will have great field position as they take over at their own 45.
You know, Mike, we're seeing both these offenses come out here and play a little fast and loose in the passing game. The last 2 throws for each team, both resulting in an interception. Now, don't get me wrong. Neither of these secondaries is going to complain. They'll happily feast on those type of throws the rest of the game. But I get a sense on these next 2 drives, come out here, establish the run, dose a grounded pound. Let's settle things down offensively and regroup for the rest of this game.
And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Good decision by the quarterback. In this situation, all you're looking to do is have a positive play. He decides to pull it, and that's exactly what he's able to do.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
On 3rd down, they go with Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So, 1 quarter down here on Super Bowl Sunday. 7-0 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Handoff, Gibbs running left. Nice gain on 1st down, but the penalty flags come in. And the question now, will the play stand? Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Now he takes off.
The key to a good quarterback scramble, Mike, is knowing when it's time to go from a thrower to a runner. And that's exactly what we saw here. Doesn't get the 1st down, but he's able to pick up some really positive yards and then get out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 2. Now Gibbs. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Here's 1st and 10. Williams in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. He'll get this out wide. Second and 11. He'll look to throw. The second down throw is incomplete.
When you air it out like that on these big shots downfield, they're not always high percentage plays. It takes a lot of things to line up timing-wise, location of the field, accuracy of the throw to result in those big plays. But I think they've got to continue to search for those and try to generate a little bit of a spark.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Lions will extend to a 10-0 lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Now return coming from the 7. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. They'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Richardson. Quick throw here is complete.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A tight end in motion now. They'll try and throw for it on 3rd and 1. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On the ground, it's Taylor. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Downs goes in motion. Now Richardson. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Now Richardson. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. Second reception of this Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They'll run on first down with Taylor. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the shotgun, Richardson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
Here's Richardson. He's got his man. That's down. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Throwing, Richardson. That's hauled in at the 2. And a big collision there, down near the goal line, keeps him out of the end zone.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
From the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. Taylor going to try to pull his way in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Williams in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
Nice throw by the rookie from Oklahoma, and he's got his guys a first down.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeout. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it'll be second down. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Gibbs with a first down and more. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout. Clock will stop with 33 seconds to go until halftime. On first and 10, they'll set up to throw. He's got Laporta open on the left side. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and good for the first down.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll go right back to Laporta.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now they'll set up to throw. It's caught by the tight end, Laporta.
Really nice job there defensively, playing the integrity of that zone defense so well. Anytime an offense is running these crossing routes or these underneath drag routes, they're trying to cause confusion with the underneath zone defenders. In this case, they all stuck to their reads, they all played their responsibilities, and they're not able to pick up any additional yards after the catch.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. And he'll just have to throw this one away. There was nowhere to go downfield. And now it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end, doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Slot man in motion right. And he'll take it on in. that his second touchdown of this Super Bowl.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Lions will get out in front 17-7. Closing seconds of this first half, and this kickoff is away. This fielded at about the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. It was Terrion Arnold there to make the play.
17, Colts 7.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. Two quarters left in the NFL season as we decide a champion. Back underway here at the Super Bowl. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
You're starting to see a back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand? Or do they start putting the ball in the air?
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line. Maybe a yard. Micah McFadden, the linebacker, there on the tackle. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. That's caught by Gibbs. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Detroit.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. Now a give on the ground. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run with Gibbs. He'll fight forward for a short pickup to the 16. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. That's quickly out to Williams. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They've moved the ball well here, but now face 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And that's going to lead to a 4th down.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field. And then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3?
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, Richardson. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Downs goes in motion. from the gun on 3rd down, Richardson. And that is incomplete.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. Williams in motion. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll let it go deep left sideline. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
Rough sequence over these last couple plays. 1st down sack, 2nd down big play attempt, falls incomplete. And now to make matters worse, you got to operate in 3rd and long on a defense that knows they can just pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. This one complete to Bryant. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Here comes 4th down. One quarter remaining. Here's the Lions punt team now, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. Now, on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery.
These are the type of self-inflicted wounds that the coaching staff told us about all week, Mike, and it's been a real point of emphasis. Anyone possessing the ball, whether that's on offense, defense, or in this case, special teams, protect the ball at all costs, and I can promise you they're not going to be happy with this one.
He'll start this drive by keeping it himself. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
Back to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is a great example of the game within the game. They're making what they call Mike declaration, and that's what sets the responsibilities of all the protectors. And in this case, the Mike was the one who came. He's unblocked, and he's able to get home. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Richardson to throw here on 1st and 10.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
2nd and 7. Richardson gonna look to throw. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. Looking to throw, Richardson. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the 4th quarter.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Out of the shotgun, Richardson. It is brought in the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
Throwing, Richardson. That is caught. They're going to get the 2 points. Don't go away just yet. They are back to within a score. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
And And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They hand it to Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Second down and 8. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. And now we'll get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. From the gun, here's Gibbs. 1st down and more inside the 15. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Here's Gibbs. And he will power his way into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit.
And that's exactly how you stress all week, finishing a game. Get the ball and leave no doubt. But that late touchdown, Mike, that should all but just seal this victory away.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This one taken at the 10. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And that should be the final dagger in this one. I mean, barring something dramatic happening here, Mike, I just don't think there's enough time or possessions left in this game to pull off any sort of comeback.
1st and 10.